What up, all you party people? Gamer podcast coming at you for round number 3. We got Anthony over here. We got Jeffrey over here. We got myself, Mark over here. Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
We are.
Here we go.
We are go.
Let's get it.
We are a go. Hey, that works with my outfit. We are a go on launch, guys.
Go for launch.
He's drinking milk.
This is delicious milk.
Got milk. Remember when that was a thing?
I remember when they put people on milk cartons when they were missing.
Yeah, right.
NASA's new slogan, by the way, is
I will send you to Jesus.
Is quiet microphones. All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks to all you party people.
Yeah. All right. So I've got a question for you guys today. All right.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Let's do it.
oh boy.
All right.
Oh,
Orange is an
prepared.
orange. Why isn't a lime called a green or a lemon called a yellow?
Did you smoke before this
Wait,
episode?
Yes, I did.
what?
Okay. That's a good question. I don't like it.
Secondary question.
think.
Secondary question. To it.
Tomato.
Add to it. Add to it.
Add
Which
to it.
came first, the color or the fruit?
The fruit. In order to say it was orange, you had to have seen the fruit.
But what about the lime and the lemon?
But those aren't yellow and green, or
Oh,
green
why
and
aren't
yellow.
they?
So
Hold up. Okay, hold on. So how do you even tell when a fucking lime is ripe? If it's always
brown.
green. Think about that for a second.
I've never.
Do you go up?
seen-
Do you
just
ever go up and
top
just?
his question
Yes,
of
he
the
did.
episode?
Yeah, I may have. I may have
Always
just
ask
one
the
up
question.
inadvertently one up the lime
And
question
I don't know
here.
if it was one up.
It
I
looked
would
like you
say
looked
that-
at a piece of
have you-
paper.
have
It
you
looked like it was
seen-
scripted.
Have you seen a lime like growing? Like, do you have a lime plant?
I've never seen an
somewhere?
orange grow.
No, I can't say
They
that
just
I've watched
show
a
up in the
lime grow,
grocery
but
store.
most things when they're growing are green, right? And then they just kind of like bananas.
Maybe it starts out
And then
yellow.
then they turn their yellow, and like same with like tomatoes, they turn green and then they turn red, ripe. How the hell do you figure out when a lime ripe?
We talk about real things.
It's a legitimate question.
The
Somebody
question
else,
is my brain,
Emotional
okay?
somebody out there,
damage.
somebody out there, answer that question for us, please.
Nobody answer that.
Nobody answer. Which came first, the color or the fruit?
Which came first, Xbox or Activision? It doesn't matter. It's all one thing now.
It is.
It's gonna be great.
Huge news
I'm
on that
curious-
front.
Yeah, I'm. That's a lot of money for one. Whole
A lot of money.
God damn. Who got to
What
apply?
was it? 67 billion, 68 billion, something like that.
68, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a
That's a lot.
stupid number.
I like that
think-
tweet you shared with us the other day, Mark, about like, so PlayStation's bad or Xbox is good. Like, I'm just trying to make sure I'm up to date.
Right.
That shit was funny.
Oh,
I'm trying to. What is that going to do for exclusives? Because like I know Elder Scrolls or was it Elder Scrolls? Did they say it was exclusive now?
Elder Scrolls 6 is planned to be exclusive. Starfield's planned to be exclusive.
That's Bethesda though.
Right, but it's the same
But
type
it's
of a
Xbox
deal.
exclusive though, is what I'm saying.
Right.
So
I think
it's-
they'll do the same with the exception of like the Call of Duty series.
Well, so that's
Types of
my
things.
question to you guys. And like, since Call of Duty's 3 different or 2 different, however many different studios, does one of those make an exclusive for Xbox and then the other one make it for both platforms? Because in my mind, it makes sense not to do that, because then you can get money from your competitors by having their gamers buy the game on their console. Whereas also, do you try to get more people to buy your console by having it exclusive to just Xbox?
I don't know. I think they're gonna play nice with Sony. I think they are. Now with that, I think they will take advantage of early game release for their specific console. I also believe that there are going to be big titles that now become Xbox exclusives. And as from a business standpoint, why not? That's where you're gonna rake in the money.
Well, that's
Bring in
yeah,
that
that's
pool
my-
of players.
Yeah.
That's what's going to make them the money. But they're still going to play nice with a lot of the AAA titles on both systems, right? Or all three systems, depending on what the title is.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm just
I'm
so
gonna,
glad that Candy Crush is with Xbox. I'm really excited
I'm,
about
I'm
that.
gonna give my take on that before we jump to something else. So here's my thought. I think that they will make it multi-platform. I think it's gonna come out on PlayStation. I think it'll come out on whatever else they put it out on because they want those microtransactions. They want to make that extra money, that easy, low-hanging fruit, and they're gonna get that. Um, that being said, I think that they're gonna do away with the annual titles. I think they'll go back into a longer development process. I think they'll use that to their advantage and go more the way of Assassin's Creed, where that used to be an annual title release, and I think they'll break it down and they'll put more thought into it, and rather than just rehashing old maps and doing that whole thing, I think that they'll flesh it out a little bit more. Another thing that I saw that I thought was interesting and I would love to see it, they'll put 343i on Halo Infinite and then maybe give like ODST 2 to someone like Infinity Ward or something like that. Like let them do
Interesting.
something and put that kind of a title out. Like I would love to see Halo come back with stuff like that. And I mean, I think that a company like Infinity Ward would be able to make that amazing. So I mean, we all
Yeah.
know that they're big Halo fans and they could do wonders with that title. So I would love to see something like that happen as well.
You know what I want?
That'd be fair.
I want a Halo BR. That's what I want.
I think that the world that they have right now is set up for it perfectly, and I think that they could really do that. But I don't think that they're going to, at least not for the time being, because they're doing pretty well with what they've got out there, and it's not something that the Halo fan base, the hardcore fan base, is really looking for. It would be one of
Yeah.
those things again that, especially now that they've got Activision, like they're gonna be at that point where they've got their BR, and I think that they're gonna be fine. Like they'll be finally suited with that. They'll take that and they'll move on to other things. They'll use those devs to do something else. I think.
I'm really hoping that they can bring Call of Duty series back out of the shithole that it's in right now. That game
Vanguard
is in
was
such a bad state.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's insane.
I almost bought it the other day just to play the campaign.
don't do
and
it.
then I was like, no, I'm not. And then I forgot that Extraction was dropping, and so then I was like, I guess I'll install that. Do you guys ever connect to your Xbox from your mobile device, like your phone? I don't remember what phones you guys have.
I used to.
When Smart
it's-
Glass first came out, yeah, I would run it then. It's just because it was
Yeah,
like this
remember
new
Smart
thing, you
Glass?
know.
It's like I forgot that name.
It kind of
fucking
stepped away from the mobile platform as far as Xbox goes.
Well,
like,
like,
I don't
the
even
only-
utilize the
I
cloud
don't
stream.
have. I'm gonna put it out there. I don't even have an Xbox anymore. Yes, I went that route. I got completely rid of my Xbox. I'm
Oh, that's
on
right.
PC now, so it's just
But do you have Windows 11?
yes.
Do you just do the regular Windows 11? Because I know that on Windows 10 there was the option where you could like remote access your computer from your
Oh yeah,
mobile
I can still
device.
do that. So like if I went
So like,
into
can you
yeah, I can
download
go
the
into the
games?
Game Pass app. I can still download computer like the Game Pass titles to my computer through the Game Pass app.
Right. So that's where I was going with that question because like
Gotcha.
I have the app for Xbox Game Pass on my phone, and maybe it's because like I've got a new phone recently and I haven't linked it up to my Xbox. But I was going to install it the other day when I was at work, and it wasn't connecting. But also I was curious about if you guys ever tried the like actually playing the game on your phone, because like I had bought that Razer
Yes.
controller once
Yeah.
before.
Yep, I did.
But like it didn't. I don't know if it was the phone that I had because I had the iPhone 10 for the longest time, and maybe it was that phone just having issues trying to play games. But
Were
I'm-
you trying to play a game from the network, or were you trying to play from like were you trying to?
I tried both. So like there was times where I was at another person's house and I was
Mhm.
trying to play it, and it kind of worked all right. Granted, their internet was much slower than mine. But then, like, whenever I would try it again, it would have an issue where it'd say the controller didn't exist. Even though I'm moving and navigating on the screen with the controller, it was saying it didn't exist. And then when I try to play something, it kind of would just like force close the whole app on my phone. I don't know if that was like my version of the phone that I had. Like I said, I haven't tried it on my new phone. Also, check out. I'm not sure if you can see this Darth Maul sticker over here.
Pretty sick.
But like I don't know if it was the phone thing. I thought about trying it, but at the same time too, like if I'm not home, I'm more often not at work or driving. So like there's no real benefit for it. I was just curious if you guys ever tried it.
I did, and it worked okay. I just used the standard Xbox controller with Bluetooth, right?
Yeah.
Hooked it up to the phone, worked out great. The streaming quality was kind of hit and miss for me. Again, it was still in the beta version. They had just released it for the Android OS at the time, and I'm sure it's come a long way, but I haven't really touched on it since then. Can't say that it's not a big thing for me, because when I game, I want the screen, I want the sound,
full immersion,
the whole 9 yards. When I get a game, for that experience, just to game on my phone and with the limited titles that they have for this cloud streaming, it just wasn't my cup of tea, really.
So
I appreciate what they're trying to do, but
clouds, yeah.
I've used it a little bit. I've used both the touch controls, which on some games not too bad compared to some mobile titles. I have used the controller as well, and it depends on the title. Games that are very dependent on timing, not so great. Like, for example, I tried to play what was it, like a fighter, I think it was, and like timing, like it doesn't quite work out because that frame rate, you need that frame rate, you need it to be smooth, you need it to be, it's a timing thing, like, and not having that proper timing, it really hurts you. But then I played, like when I worked on nights, I had used it a little bit, and I played, I think it was Spiritfarer, and that game, I mean, is obviously just very casual, very like not much to it, and it was very enjoyable. It was an easy play with using touch controls or the controller, and the phone, even off of a network as opposed to like internet connection, like it worked very well. So it kind of depends on what you're trying to do. If it's a very demanding game, it's probably not going to be that great depending on the internet that you're going off of, or if you're using cellular network. But it's one of those things where it can work well. It's just for the timing stuff, it's not what you really want unless you're just doing it for fun. Because like Gears, for example, I wouldn't recommend trying to play a game like Gears on the mobile.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I like what they've done.
I think it definitely caters to a certain
more hands.
Demographic out there.
Yeah.
I'm just not one of them.
I think it's more like about, I feel like people, or we'll say kids, more often not necessarily that only kids play, but like Fortnite is going to be a big thing for that type of playing.
And they've had Fortnite on mobile for a long time too, and I mean you can.
But it's also on the Switch.
Controller to that too, yeah.
It's on the Switch. You can just bring the Switch and then play.
Switch, Anthony. Okay, not everybody has the luxury of having every console in the world. I don't have every console. I do have a Switch.
Just make more money.
Even the girls were playing the mobile.
Get it from the government
on Fortnite for a while, but I think they enjoy.
Get on food stamps and just use your money towards other things.
Yeah, I've honestly never played it. I have downloaded it, but I've never played it.
Don't ask me to build shit because I won't.
And I'm totally fine with that. There's a ghost in your house. Look out! Look out! There's somebody behind you.
You know. You see that thing? It's like
I also haven't started Extraction yet, but I also didn't look much into it. Like, it looks like a lot of fun. But I haven't fired it up since I installed it the other day. But I mean,
build.
I said Extraction. I moved on.
I'm still stuck on
past the Fortnite.
Still stuck on the past.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, you're stuck on that ghost that appeared in the other screen.
Yeah, it scared me a little bit. It set me back a little bit.
Woo! Anyway. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to play that game because, not gonna lie, I was walking around, like I was at Target the other day. I was at Best Buy. I was looking at games that I wanted to. Granted, my Xbox doesn't have a disc drive, so it was just weird shopping. But I need a new shooter game.
I heard
and I think
that if
Extraction Right. You didn't hear nothing. Nope. No, you didn't.
Heard
You heard that your bogus ass lemon lime question yellow green
in the front of your box, and then you can just stick the disc in there and it'll read it.
Yeah.
It's
That's a
called
very
an
loud
expansion
noise.
drive. It's
Expansion
called an
drive.
expansion drive.
I
your-
will
is
send
your-
you to Jesus.
Soups. Super soups. I love how much Mark and I are like, hey, buy over here. Like, I feel like we're forgetting Sarah Marshall. Like, you want me here? Where do you need me at?
Yeah, you don't have to
Ah! Sorry.
tack-toe with the facials on the screen.
You escaped.
No, Extraction. I just finished downloading Extraction. I'm looking forward to getting into it. I like the play style that they have going on there. I was always a huge fan of Siege, so kind of getting in there. You know, you get the sci-fi aspect to it. I think it could be really successful.
It reminds me of the event that they did. What was it, around Halloween one year, where they had that? I thought it was aliens. Maybe it was zombies. What was it? They had that one event on Siege.
Yes. Yep. I do remember that.
Jeffrey doesn't know.
No idea what you're talking about.
There was an event that they did. It was a limited time event, and it was set up very similar to this, where it was three
it was like
people.
Zombies or something like that. Or
I
no, it
thought
was aliens,
zombies.
I think.
Was it alien? I don't remember.
Some undead.
I just know that it was
being.
It was some kind of something abnormal, and you go through, and it played kind of almost like Left 4 Dead ish, and you got your teammates, and they're going down, and there was one clip that I actually recorded where Anthony's coming around the corner. I'm like, "There's a guy behind you," and he turns and he just gets fucking walloped, and that was.
Oh yeah,
It just cracked me up so hard. He's just like, what just happened?
Teabag standing straight up. Just
I don't know
bloop.
what it was, but some brute type thing just crushed him. And I just lost it. It was so good. But yeah, to me, it looks like it could be Hive Busters type gameplay. So like
Kind of like was it XCOM? You ever play that game?
XCOM, yeah. I like that.
yeah, a little bit. Yep.
The one thing I've
Another
heard some
good
people say, like talking to a couple people at work, is that they don't know how they feel about it yet, because like when they were seeing stuff about it, it looked like it was just add-on for another game, and they didn't know like how that vibed with them type of thing. But I don't know. I think it could. It looks like fun. I think it could be fun.
It does look like an expansion. I almost expect it to be just an expansion for Siege. But I'm kind of glad that, I mean, being on Game Pass, like, it just kind of plays into that whole dynamic of how good Game Pass really is and how valuable it really is. And I think that'll, the longer we get into that Activision Blizzard deal, I think the more Game Pass will become so valuable. Like, there's so many titles on there already, and there's so many titles I've played that I wouldn't have otherwise if I didn't have Game Pass.
Right.
So it's one of those things where Xbox, Microsoft, they're trying to push that subscription number up. I mean, and I think that getting these big companies on to do deals like this is how they're gonna do it.
Right. It's absolutely becoming it's not even anymore a console war as much as it is a content war.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I took that straight from somebody else who said on the internet. I'm totally fine with saying that. But like, I would rather it.
Zero
I'd rather
copyright
it be that way. Yeah. Like, it's absolutely that. And I mean, it kind of gets you excited about what they could do with other things, with all these acquisitions and stuff like that. That's going to be wild. It's gonna be real wild.
It really is. And I think it's funny too. I mean, don't get me wrong. I really enjoy Xbox. I've loved Sony for so long too, but like there's so many of these fanboys, if you will, out there that are like, well, no, well there's monopolies and they're doing this and that. It's bad for gaming. But
Right.
Sony's bought up companies in the past too, like Gorilla. They've got, exclusives out there for Spider-Man and Final Fantasy and Street Fighter and all these other ones, and like, that's not labeled as bad though. And then Microsoft goes out and purchases a different company, and they're like, "Oh no!"
Because when the good guys do it, it's good.
How dare you take Call of Duty. How dare you do this? Like, what? Why is that bad? But this is good, and this is
In the end, it's all good for the gaming industry.
Oh, yeah.
It keeps everybody on their toes about what they can be doing and should be doing for better, making games better.
Yep.
And I hope that, like you guys were saying before about the Call of Duty games, is that this gets them into a better like development process for the newer games that come out. I'm fine if they can come up with a better process and still release games every year, as long as it's worth me constantly getting those games every year and it has its play value.
I think it depends on the game. For me, and I'm gonna keep harping on it until they fucking do something about it. Call of Duty, but putting out a half-ass game every year.
And I think that this will help that. And I've seen a lot of people complain about, well, Microsoft, how many studios has Microsoft bought and then shut down, like Lionhead Studios and numerous others. But I mean, that was.
But where were they going at that time? Like, what were their big next step?
It was nothing. There was a lot of studios that they kept pushing back deadlines. They kept missing deadlines. They kept not showing their worth. And I mean, at that time, Microsoft didn't have that play. They didn't have that kind of a bankroll that they had. I mean, they did have the bankroll, but they didn't have that leniency within that bankroll to be like, okay, yeah, we can allow you another 2 or 3 years for development. Now they've got that a little bit more, and they can let them do a little bit more with that. And so I'm curious to see what those developers, like anybody that I've seen lately that's worked with Microsoft or for Microsoft, especially within these big deals, they've been just praising Microsoft for the amount of freedom that they've been given to do what they want to, and basically just been given the budget or almost lack thereof, where they've just got free reign. Like, hey, make this game, make it great, do with it what you need to, and
that's why. That's kind of why I applaud Phil Spencer.
Yeah, absolutely.
For what he's done.
The favorite button to press.
That's right. That's right. Soundboards are us. So what that guy has done for Microsoft and what he's been able to do and push has got everybody else trying to replicate. As far as Game Pass, the type of content that they're putting out, that's down to even the studios that they're working with for some of these titles they put out. Say what you will about either one. I mean, you're going to have people out there that hate on Microsoft because it's all about plays.
You're going to have haters for everything.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that what they've done with their platform has been hands down some of the best content that gamers want. Like they're speaking to their consumers, right? And what he said the other day wasn't even ago, something like that. He made a deal on it. He's like, look, we're out here to make video games. Not getting in the whole political scene, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. But that right there, he kind of sets the tone. Like, here, we're an entertainment business. We're here to entertain you guys and put stuff out that you guys can use, kind of escape from all of that. We're not going to be a part of it.
Now, think about how far we've come from the fact of that one E3 where they're like, Xbox TV, Xbox, connect to your TV with your, like, it was almost only about TV.
That was supposed to be the last really Xbox.
They've really switched it up. Not necessarily switched it up, but went back to obviously what gamers want, and that's gaming. Like, I mean, PlayStation, well, they have games that people want to play. They have good games. Spider-Man is the types of games that draw me to wanting to buy a PlayStation. I might try to buy a PlayStation if they're ever able to be purchased at a normal rate when Wolverine comes out. But I don't like having to, like, you don't need to buy both of them just to play the same game. You can play on either one. They're very, very similar in how they're going to look and how they feel. It's about the experiences that the games put you through. That is what's going to bring you to those games.
Exactly. So, which is why I was super stoked, like beyond elated that they brought God of War to PC when they did. And I hope
still have yet to put that even on my PC.
I hope that trend continues because I would love to see some exclusive titles come to PC.
I want to see what I want to see Sony do, and I think that would benefit them. I mean, I know people are like, "Oh, you need to have your exclusive so that people buy your console."
I
Yeah,
love when you do
but
impressions of other people.
yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. I do well. When I get closer, it's, it adds to the tone of
Right.
everything. No, well, a lot of people they're like, well, no, they need to have their exclusives. Well, why though? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
if you're putting it out there for more people, there's a larger install base, or people are gonna buy it. Yeah, you won't sell your
Right.
hardware, but those companies they're not making money on the hardware. They're making money on the software sales. They're making money on those subscription services. They're making money on the other stuff. They're not making money. The Sony, Xbox, Nintendo, they're all losing money on their console sales. They're making money on the other stuff. So if you can get your game out there, especially on a digital scale, put it out there on Steam, put it out there on even if Sony made their own launcher. Like I know that there's the Sony PC thing now. So like if they even made their own launcher, I mean, I don't want another launcher, but at the same time,
Right.
if they did that, I would still buy it. Like put their games out there day and date. Like I know that Microsoft has done that with a lot of things now. Like it's like, well, it's not actually an Xbox exclusive because it's coming out on PC. Yeah, but you can get it on both places. And now we have more variety for those people to game on. I mean, you're opening it up to more people. And I know that like Phil Spencer has also said that in the sense too that he doesn't want to like close off gaming to people, which is why I think that some of these deals, while they'll still have some exclusivity like Elder Scrolls and Starfield and stuff like that, I think that's more so to push their subscription services rather than just to try and close it off. Like he wants
Right.
gaming, and he's a gamer through and through. Like I've seen him post stuff about playing on PlayStation, this and that, and like every time any large Sony release, you'll see him first off the bat like being out there and being like, "Hey, congratulations on the great release! Like this title is amazing!" Like he's such a stand-up guy, and I love it. I love that about him, and we need more of that in the gaming industry. Like it's not supposed to be, "Hey, gatekeep this, gatekeep that." Like we need to be inclusive and making it so that more people can get their hands on this stuff.
Right. Absolutely.
On the topic of developers now, for all of you out there that follow Doc and his channel, he recently just opened up a AAA studio, and they're coming out, and their first game that they're going to release is Midnight Society. It's like this open world PvP kind of existence in a game realm. They haven't really released any details on it yet. They did bring in some guys from Activision and Infinity Ward from some
I
of
did see
the
that.
previous Call of Duty titles. So, and I know he used to develop for Sledgehammer, I believe, in the past. So I'm interested to see kind of where that goes. I don't know about you guys, but from a development standpoint, I'm willing to at least see what they got going on. I may wait. I'm not going to be the first one to jump up and be like, "Hey, get in this game right now." But
Right.
I'm willing to listen and watch it unfold to see. They piqued my interest. Just put it that way.
You gonna doubt the two-time? You gonna doubt
The
the
two-time?
two-time? He's gonna bring the heat. He's gonna bring the fire. I don't care what it is. I'll buy that shit day one. Oh, I'm just saying. Like
I'm hoping for that hype. I hope that I get inspired to buy that game day one.
He's gonna bring the heat. He will. I've seen some of the map mock-ups that he's made for some of these different games, and like I didn't know that he was a previously a developer. Like I did not know that about him. I didn't know that this game was in the process. Like I didn't like this is the first I'm hearing of it, honestly. So, but like you have me excited. You have me interested. Like I'm curious to see what they can do with it, and I hope that they do well and bring in some of those former developers from Call of Duty titles and stuff like that. I think that could do really well because that's one of the things that he's passionate about. And anything that Doc put his mind and soul into, like it's turned out well usually. So
right. And plus,
Yeah.
I mean, he's already got the gaming community behind him.
he's got
I mean,
them
you
by
think
the
about
balls.
Well, I mean, you think about the feedback that the real time feedback that he could get from even
Oh, yeah.
the guys he plays with on a daily. That's going to be huge. These developers
I
don't
mean-
get that.
I mean, you
They
can't
get
go
a
wrong
million and
with
one
some.
complaints, and then they kind of pick and choose what they want to fix. But he's going to have these guys up his ass, on a daily basis.
And you can't go wrong with some feedback from Timmy Tenders.
That's right.
A lot going on just happened there. A lot of guys going up his ass every day with Timmy Tenders.
Timmy Tenders right in
Holy
the ass.
hell.
Timmy Tenders. I love
I'm
those
a-
guys.
I've always been curious. So, like, we were talking about like cross-platform before, not too long ago. But I know you guys don't play a lot of sports games. Mark, I think you play them more often than Anthony would. Just here or there, not really like, oh, I got to go play Madden or basketball or whatever. But I'm really curious on how we haven't had those truly cross-platform yet. I don't
First
understand.
of all, I only play FIFA.
You've never kicked a soccer ball.
Olympic swimming.
You have broke a bocce ball. You've never kicked a soccer ball. Okay.
I was there for that.
We were both there for that. Threw it on a manhole cover. That's not what we were trying to do.
I don't want to talk about it. Okay.
I'm just curious on like if they'll ever be able to not be able to do that, but when did they try that? Like, because I feel like when we played college football before and we did like an online league, of course we were all on Xbox. I feel like once they bring college football back, being able to do cross-platform stuff like that would open up for some more exciting things for those gamers that play those games in those ways. But
I think that we're getting to that point. I mean, it's not like cross-platform's been wildly adopted yet. We're still in the process. I mean,
but I just can't imagine like that aspect of it is complicated, is what I mean.
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
I
know for a while it was being kind of shut down by Sony. There was a few that were like the pioneers of it, if you will. But
Right.
it was one of those things where it took a long time to catch on, and there was Nintendo saying, "Oh, we don't want people outside of our network being in there because the kids. We're afraid of what might be said to the kids." They're in public schools and stuff. Like
The kids are saying it themselves.
right? Like, have you heard my kids talk? Like, no, I guarantee you. Not to mention, I don't even know what they're saying half the time. I'm getting old now. Like, they say stuff to me, I'm like, I don't know what you just said to me, but I'm sure it was bad. So
You're not in trend.
go over there,
Dude,
But-
I was playing a Call of Duty game like a few months ago. This is
Get
last summer.
shit on. Get shit on.
No,
Get shit on.
some little kid straight up like yelled at me about my grandma.
I was gonna say,
Like, what?
God damn it, that's like perfect because you always used to be, oh, your mom. That's not what your mom said last night. And I'm like, yeah, but that's your grandma. So you leave her the fuck alone. You respect your grandma.
Your grandma's a whore. Like, Jesus, kid. All right, relax.
Oh no, the kids these days, dude. Like, I watched a clip. What was it? It was Call of Duty. They were playing Rebirth, and the guy, he got into a vehicle and he's like, hop in, we're gonna go over to this area, and we're gonna go get loadout, and he drives him off the cliff, and the guy goes down into the water, and the kid's like, I'm gonna quit, I'm gonna do it, and then he respawns back in. He's like gets him in the Jeep, and he's like, all right, we're gonna go over here. He drives him into the water again, and he ended up being able to get out of the vehicle, and he was sitting on top of the vehicle, and the kid's just like, what the fuck? And you could tell the kid was like 8 or 9 years old. He's just pissed off. He's like, I'm gonna quit, and the guy that was streaming was just losing his shit over it. It was so funny. But yeah,
It wasn't Lucci, was it?
No, it wasn't Lucci. It wasn't Lucci. It was
Oh,
somebody.
man.
Somebody
see
that
him
I'm
doing
not
something
familiar
like
with. Yeah, I know. Lucci's a pretty good dude though, and especially with people that he knows too. It's one of those things where he's very down to earth, and I think that he really enjoys that. Like I actually did see a comment about it, something that he had mentioned though too, where he's like, oh yeah, get killed by somebody in Rebirth or whatever it might be, and like, oh yeah, I'm a really big fan of yours, and he's like, but they don't follow me on any socials. Huge fan.
Yep.
doesn't follow me on anything.
Oh man.
Have you looked into that Death Store game at all, you guys? Or the other?
Yes.
It's like one that's dropped on this. Was it Phoenix Point that just dropped on Game Pass recently too?
That one I've heard good things about. I have not seen anything about it.
I haven't. What was it called? Phoenix Point?
Yeah, Phoenix Point.
It's
not like Gears of War Phoenix, but like the bird in which is on your body. Fans, you figure out where it's at on his body. I'll send you something. I don't have your address, so I'm not gonna send you shit.
Go to Phoenix Point. What is that supposed to be, like a Final Fantasy type, or
save a world on the brink of destruction? That's what that's like slogan is or whatever. On the
emotional damage.
I will send you to Jesus.
I will send you to Jesus.
Have you watched those videos? That video is so funny. So funny. Phoenix Point, Anthony, it puts players in the midst of a desperate fight to take back the Earth from a
okay, you don't have to read the brochure to me.
You just asked what it was.
Read the brochure.
Thank you. Thank you.
It looks good.
Thank you.
Looks good.
Yeah, it looks
Featuring
interesting.
turn-based tactical
looks like
combat
XCOM.
on procedural generated maps and resource
XCOM?
management.
It looks like XCOM.
Ooh, okay. So
Snapshot games.
Activision, Blizzard, all that stuff. All right. Microsoft. Let's see some new StarCraft games.
I thought you were gonna say Star Wars, because they're making
Like
a
that.
new Star Wars.
That would really tickle my fancy.
That's EA.
I saw in the list.
And
they now
Diablo.
have all the craft games. They've got Minecraft.
Think about
Warcraft,
Diablo.
StarCraft.
You know what they could do with Diablo, I think is huge.
El Diablo.
Which, by the way, I'm so looking forward to Diablo 4.
Oh god, Diablo 4 is
it's
Diablo
way too
5
much time.
exclusive
I
to
can
Game Pass.
Day one.
Exclusive.
No, exclusive.
You
Day
need to
2
get-
edition.
You need it, yeah.
Day 2, yeah.
You need to get
Day 2
get
exclusive. There you go.
You need to get.
Way to go, Phil Spencer.
You need to get.
You need to get Game Pass in order to get it. Day 2.
Have you guys watched Book of Boba Fett yet? Any of the episodes?
Yeah, I saw that thing you sent me.
That wasn't in the episode. That was me making fun of it.
That was it.
I don't know.
George is on his little scooter, and there's
On his
people
little
chasing
Vespa?
him, and there's people chasing him, and there's people passing him, walking.
I don't know. It hasn't really gotten the reviews that I was expecting.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that.
It's not pulling me in
the-
like The Mandalorian did.
Well, the Mandalorian is a
Mandalorian's
character you
so
didn't
good.
know, and you're trying to figure out about him. You know Boba Fett
Well,
right
and
now.
I
Like
think
I
they're
don't.
doing him dirty so far. Like everything that I've
Yeah.
heard about it, I'm like, I don't want to watch it because I don't want to taint the character.
It's not
I
like-
love Boba Fett so much, and I think that the series so far from
Yeah.
just like I said, I haven't seen it, so I can't weigh too heavily in on it. But at the same time, from what I've heard, read, seen, whatever, has been moderate. You know, like it's
Yeah, I mean, it's
so,
not like blowing me out of the water either. Like I enjoy the Mandalorian a lot more than Boba Fett, but I enjoy the Boba Fett character to see what we can do. Yes, he's a little bit chunky, but hey, that relates with me. That means I could be Boba Fett. But like,
you couldn't be.
Wow,
Boba
you're
Fett.
very judgy. You know that?
who said that?
Couldn't fit that helmet on over your.
You guys
Lord.
judge the show. You've only watched 13 seconds. You've never watched an episode. I'm the judgy one.
Jeffrey puts
What?
on the helmet and he's got beard hanging out the bottom of it.
That's not how it works. Okay, the helmet goes past my chin. You don't know where my chin ends and begins.
I
I
will
got a
send
big
you to
fucking face.
Boba.
But I mean, I enjoy it. I'm not saying like, oh man, it's just great. I'm gonna rewatch the episode because of
I don't
that
know.
scene.
I'll
But like,
I'll give it 2 episodes.
It's not the worst.
No,
It's not The Last
first 2
Jedi.
episodes, from my understanding, are. Oh. Anyway, from my understanding, the first 2 episodes are better than the 3rd episode. The 3rd episode sucked. I haven't heard anything about.
I've heard the 4th episode. So based on
Maybe I'll just
reviews I
skip
saw,
3.
the 4th episode is like
Start on episode
up
4,
there.
and then go back to 1, and then watch 2 and 3, and then watch 7, then watch 6.
So just treat it like the MCU.
No, treat it like the regular episodes is what he was saying.
Oh.
Get the references when we say them. Yeah.
Jokes would never go over my head.
Maybe
I
you
would
should wear a
catch
bigger
it.
hat so it could stop it. Or you should
I
stop.
don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you should probably stop drinking, talking like that. Can't be that good. Did you have a lemon or a lime in there?
We'll let this guy in here.
Have you guys
ripe?
got caught up on any of the other Marvel stuff? I know you guys. I don't think you guys have.
No.
Still haven't seen
Negative.
Spider-Man.
Haven't seen
No,
Spider-Man.
no,
Haven't seen
I
Black
wanna see
Widow. Haven't
Spider-Man.
seen.
Not bringing it up again, guys. I'm gonna talk over here. Hey guys. You guys wanna hang
I
out?
did see a funny meme, and I know what happened. But I'm sad about it. I don't want to talk about it. It was a picture, and there's a picture of me, and it was
Oh,
her words were upside down, and there's a picture of a Pepsi can, and that was upside down, and it said, "Flip your phone over, and it's Aunt May is dead."
what is happening? What other games are you looking forward to? Did you guys ever play through Fallen Order?
I haven't played through it. I got to the point
Mm,
where I killed Falcor, and then I stopped.
Yeah, Falcon. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I need to play through
Fucking
it just so I
Falcor.
can make it make sense when I play the second one, or maybe I'll just do what I normally do and just learn about it while I play the second one. But I'm kind of hoping that they make some good Star Wars games. I will for always
I know exactly where you're going. I'm so pissed
be
about it.
upset about 1313.
Dude, it was gonna be so good, and I like
Right.
every screen, everything they showed on it. It was just like, oh, I
Yeah.
was so into it, and that was before Boba Fett became like wildly famous. And like, I mean, okay, I mean he's always been pretty popular, but it was one of those things where like before the Mandalorian and people started getting hard-ons for the Mandalorians and stuff like that. It was one of those things where like it was gonna bring more light onto Boba Fett's past and all this stuff. And
Right.
I really, really just hurt that game got canned. I'm still
Yeah.
hopeful that somehow that game gets revived and like brought back to life. But I'm looking bleak
What-
at this point.
What's a game that you would like to see made, whether that's like a remake or like a new type of game, or taken from like Star Wars, Star Trek, Marvel, or DC, something like that? What's a game that you go ahead?
a true sequel to Knights of the Old Republic.
You wouldn't want a
Knights of
new
the Old
game. You would
Republic
want
2?
like a continuation game.
Yeah, I'd like to see another one of those. Like
Knights of the Old
for
Republic 2?
next gen. I want something. Either reboot it like they've been doing and seems to be the trend nowadays or something. But I want another Knights of the Republic game.
I want I think could be really fun would be like for DC, like if we were to break it down from each one, like I think a Flash video game would be a lot of fun. They're like, I heard they're trying to make a Superman game or something. Terrible, worst superhero of all time. I think also X-Men would be a fun type of game. Like there was that one X-Men game that came out a few years ago where like you have this character and all this stuff. But I think a standalone X-Men character type of thing where you build your own history type of thing could be fun.
They need to make a game like Invincible from Amazon. Ultramites, man. Those dudes do not mess around.
I've actually never seen that show, but I know
You need
how
to watch it.
gruesome it is.
You need to watch that
From
show.
All right.
from
That
what
was
I've
epic.
heard, it's The Boys in cartoon form, but different.
I've got the perfect game. Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. So it's gonna be set in the metaverse because this is the new age.
It's on
right?
Facebook.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So you're gonna walk
I'm-
around. You've got
I'm
your
sold.
little-
Say no
your
more.
little disc, right? And you challenge people to a card duel, and the loser gets sent to the Shadow Realm. We're gonna go full on Yu-Gi-Oh battles in the real world, and the loser goes to
Oh
the
my
Shadow
God.
Realm.
That's the game you want. That's the game you're gonna
That's the
play.
game I want.
That sounds like a
I'm gonna go out there
like a
and
dumbed
I'm
down
gonna
version
go-
of
I'm gonna
Pokemon Go.
No, it is essentially, but yes, I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna go to
Out there just
fucking-
whipping cards
I'm
at
gonna go to
people.
the school. After school, I'm gonna meet somebody in the playground. I'm gonna be like, You
Cut him off. Cut his mic off. Can't say that on anymore.
No. Well, okay, yeah, I'm gonna be fully clothed. No
Oh,
worry
okay.
about-
Sorry.
You, me.
The park was
was
empty.
clothing.
I
It
didn't
was
pee.
like
There was
3
nobody
years
around.
ago that I couldn't go within 100 feet. Okay, we're done. We're past that. So we go, and I'm gonna challenge this kid, and I'm gonna be like, "You've been a little bitch. I'm gonna send you to the Shadow Realm."
And they're gonna send you to prison.
That sounds like a game for the Oculus, not for anything in
Yes.
next gen consoles.
Yeah,
Yes.
Oculus. Yeah, okay.
I said
can see it for
metaverse.
Oculus.
Yeah, it's gonna be in there. We're gonna do it.
I should really look
That
into.
sounds like
getting one
something
of those.
Zuckerberg would play. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's already there.
I play you.
I'm not sure who that was.
Exactly how he sounds.
Isn't that it? I'm pretty
Is
sure
that
that's
not
it.
I'm
Pretty
pretty
sure
sure
that's
it's
it.
not.
No.
Yeah.
That's, I
Mike-
think that's
I'm
where we
Mark
cut you off on
Zuckerberg.
your drink.
Have you heard him talk?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's not William Hung.
Like Mike Tyson meets a white guy.
Sea bangs. Ooh, baby.
Wow. I don't even
Oh
know.
my gosh.
I don't even know it right now.
I'm really concerned for your safety. You did that thing. That creature that was in your room a little bit ago must have did something back there.
Uh-huh.
Was,
When he trimmed
what?
his mustache, it ended up all in his throat, and he can't even, like, he doesn't.
Oh,
even-
that's a mustache. I'm not gonna lie. I thought you got a new house pet. What the shit?
Uh-huh. I just wear it
I
on my
thought I
face.
saw
I'm
a
still
move
waiting
there
for
for a
that
minute.
thing. Yeah, I'm still waiting
Wiggles
for
a
it to
little
bust out of its cocoon. When's it turned into a butterfly?
Oh,
That's
it's
next
pretty
month.
little butterfly.
Next month.
What have you guys been playing lately? Have you guys been playing lately? I know you guys have been pretty busy outside of relaxation time.
Relaxation time, man. I don't get any of that stuff.
Well, I meant, like, you know.
Halo still is the big one for me. It's been between Halo and Warzone mostly. I am looking forward to these new titles that have dropped on Game Pass though, because I do want to play some Death's Door. I want to play some Extraction.
Extraction Station.
Yeah, I want to play some
Extraction.
of that. I saw that the Hitman trilogy dropped on there too. Like that looks.
Yeah, I
really
saw
good.
that not too long ago.
Oh, Hitman is such a good series.
It is.
There's FIFA. No.
FIFA. I like FIFA. I'm not good at them, but I like them. Oh yeah.
So
there's
recently added was Paparazzi. What the fuck?
Paparazzi. Yeah, there. Well,
Windjammers 2. Oh yeah.
That
All ages.
Anacrusis. That game is being made or has been made, I guess, by some of the devs behind Left 4 Dead.
Is that just the preview though?
It's game. Yeah, it's in game preview.
Game preview.
That game looks pretty promising.
What's Outer Wilds?
I played a
An
little
open
bit of
world
it back
mystery
when it was
about a
on.
solar system trapped in an endless time loop. You had me at time loop, which was the end of
Actually,
the sentence.
You know what's a
Right.
really good like
Caught me at the end.
filler game to play, and I've actually been playing it with the girls. Astroneer.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. No, what he's talking.
That's been a legit game that we play together, and we do it. Also, it's not like it's just you're running around, collecting Minecraft. You have to figure out what the hell it is. Kind of progress and get off wherever you're stranded at to kind of continue exploring. And I think that really kind of helps both them, what?
Nothing.
You don't like
Mark
the game?
and I were on the
You want to talk
Mark
about
and
this
I were
game?
on the same wavelength about the words you chose to say, and then we weren't going to say it. So it had nothing to do with the game. It's about the fact that Mark and I thought the same exact thing.
I may or may not.
Getting
have
off
been-
onto
Yeah.
another game. Did you guys ever play that 12 minutes game?
No.
No.
That game is trippy. It's a lot of fun, but it's weird, and there's there's no end, kind of, and you can just constantly be playing it. It's weird about the end. So there's multiple endings, but yeah, that's part of the game. So at some point you figure out that oh shit, what the fuck, I'm reliving this again, and then you have to figure out how to
It's a loop.
navigate
Yeah, it's
to
a constant
survive
loop. You
longer
have to- yeah.
in that, and then make sure that
I remember
you don't
seeing
get
that
killed
game.
or your girl doesn't get killed or whatever.
Yeah, I remember seeing that game at
On
E3. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it looked really interesting. And I haven't actually touched it yet though. And I knew that we had discussed it when it was first brought up, and we were like, man, that looks kind of cool, like outside the box type of thing. I haven't actually played it though.
I've
And
played it a few times, and then like there's other things that like you kind of pick up on. Excuse me, but it's pretty interesting. You should check it out if you have like a moment to be like, oh, I just want to see how it is. But like, it's kind of fun. It's get to you for a minute as
It's
far as like, man,
not,
what the
yeah.
fuck?
I've heard there's not a ton to it, but it's yeah, it is. Once you've completed it, once you've made it through the loop, it's supposed to be pretty good. I've heard good things about it. I haven't actually gotten into it though myself.
Yeah. Have they said anything about a new Gears? I know you guys are like, oh, Gears is in the past, but and stuff like that. But like,
I'm not over Gears either. It's just every time I get so excited for a Gears, it's similar to Call of Duty though. Call of Duty has helped me a little bit more. Right. It's helped me a little bit more, but it gets to that point where I get so excited about it, and then they bring it out, and I'm like, man, it could have been so good.
I think every time it drops, like we'll play multiplayer for like maybe 2 months, and there'll be those nights or those consecutive nights where like this is a lot of fun, or we'll switch it up. Like when we switched up to like Nasher Ball or whatever the heck it was called.
Yep.
And like those were fun, but then yeah, absolutely, like it'll kind of fall off. Yeah. But for me, like the campaigns are fun. This one is a little bit different than the most recent one. Sadly, weirdly, oddly enough, and stupidly enough, I'd never finished 4 before I started 5. So like the campaign. But I'm curious. I'm not sure if you guys finished 5's story, how far you got into it. But like the end of it, you get to choose kind of like a who continues with you type of thing. And I'm curious.
Someone dies off, right? Like
you pick between 1 or 2 people about you either save this one or save that one.
Right.
And then like you're not that far from the end of the game at that point.
Reminds me of like the old Goosebumps tales, the choose your own ending.
I didn't let go of the page. You saw I didn't let go of the page.
I used to do that, and I would feel guilty. Like I would have that
one.
guilt. Like I just cheated.
I didn't know you
see
had
how
that
the other
too.
end of it.
I feel guilty.
Oh.
I also didn't know you read. I didn't know you ever read a book. The only thing I know that I've ever seen you read in book form is that time you opened up my Mortal Kombat game and took my online stuff.
Yeah, you're welcome.
No.
Somebody had to read it.
Well, I mean, he had to take a shower, but I mean, he didn't wash his hair though. So.
Those are my gaming excuses, all right? Yeah, you can't just come in here and take them.
I didn't take them. They involved me.
Oh, good times.
Good times. Always good times.
Always.
I'm still caught up on this fucking question you asked at the goddamn beginning of this episode. Because I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to feel about it, or what I'm actually supposed to think. And I feel like I'm yelling right now. The meter on my computer is like, you need to shut up about it. It's actually green and yellow at the same colors. The fuck? I can't get away from this stupid ass question.
You mean lime and lemon?
Oh, sorry. It's lime and lemon and apple on my screen right now. Strawberry. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm not sure why I said it like that. I don't know. Maybe this wasn't milk. Who knows?
That spiked eggnog going on over there.
You know what? Be grounded. Oh, you can't see it. We don't have sponsors yet. That's why it's like.
Man.
No, I'm excited to play Extraction. I might play some tonight when we get off this thing. I might not. Who knows?
I'll give it a go. I'll give it a little go. Why not?
Sounds good.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. Good.
There we go. Oh, I thought my phone was ringing. Sorry, my bad. Yes. It's the end of the episode. That it was an awkward ending. It absolutely was. It'll get better next time. I don't know what to tell you, Grandma. He didn't press the button. Okay?
I tried to give him the hint.
I'm sorry. Go to sleep. It's 2 where you are. Oh,
Grandma.
so I didn't mean. I forgot to mute it.
I wanted to hear
Sorry.
that. It was just
Yeah,
not
no, you didn't
good.
wanna hear
Why
that.
didn't
No,
I want to talk to
no.
Grandma?
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Hey,
man.
Grandma, miss you.
No, I hung up the phone, Mark. What do you mean you miss her?
Whoa, I didn't make any. What? Was there something going on
I
over
will
there?
send you to Jesus.
Whoa! Jesus.
God dang.
All right,
Miss my
fellas.
homeboy.
Well, I appreciate you guys sticking around for that shitty little interaction there we just had, but they'll get better in the future. I'm very animated with my body right now. I don't know why.
Emotional damage.
We
No,
definitely
that's what we bring. We bring the content and the awkward moments.
Yeah, we bring
We're here
something.
for you.
We bring. I had my straight jackets in the closet here. I'm gonna put it on right after this. I got my little onesie on, my little romper. We're gonna be romping into some crazy things with our episodes. So again, thanks for coming in. Thanks for listening to us. If you watched it, sorry what you had to see with your eyes. Come on in next time. It's gonna get even better. I hope. I really hope it does.
It's gotta get better. It can't get worse. It can't possibly
right.
get worse.
Anything can get worse.
That's it for us, Gamer
Wasn't
fam.
good for you. It was good for me.
Well, for me, Jeffrey, for Anthony, for Mark, thanks for coming in. I've said it 17 times already. This is the last time. Have a good night, everybody.
Peace.